Hello and welcome to the Neurodiverse podcast. I am your host and sometimes weaver of tales, Adventur. And joining me today is our usual guest host, Gyro. Say hi, Gyro.
Hello, everybody. I'm back.
It's good to have you back. It was a fun episode with Effie, but I'm glad to have my usual co-host back.
I'm glad to be back.
Today we're jumping.
No, that's it. We're just jumping. It's going to be 45 minutes of that.
We're jumping back into the realm of Digimon, only I'm going to be talking about and trying to summarize the 54 episodes that was the 1999 Digimon Adventure anime.
I don't have a whole lot of experience with this one. I was a Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh child growing up, but I have knowledge of exactly one scene, kinda. And it's where Patamon spits like a dust bubble or something. I'm pretty sure it's a burp, having gained more knowledge of Digimon. And then he gets smacked away. He turns into God, and then turns into Bubbles.
And then turns
and there's like some weird big-headed kid and he's crying. He's like,
yes, TK.
Yeah.
Well, we will be talking about Patamon. We will be talking about TK.
Wonderful.
I'm actually going to start this by just quickly going over who the chosen children / Digidestin are. Go over their English and their Japanese names. I will only refer to them by their English names throughout my summary, but it's always fun to go over the weird censorship of the 90s, because they're like, these American kids aren't gonna understand Japanese names.
Now, to be fair, would you, growing up, have been able to pronounce Jonochi?
Yes.
Yeah?
I watched anime, though.
Okay, so, well, I didn't.
Like, I watched weird, or not weird, but I watched obscure dubbed anime that didn't just air on Kids WB, Fox Kids, and Toonami, because my dad was also into anime, and I watched stuff that I really shouldn't have at like 9 or 10 years old.
The formative years have forever destroyed Vinterbjorn's senses.
Yeah, like I had names like Sho Fukamachi and shit like that because I watched Guyver the Bio Boosted Armor growing up. Like,
I think my first exposure to anime was, I guess, Pokemon, and then DBZ Kai on Nick at Night.
To be fair, if you were going to be exposed to Dragon Ball, it probably would have been better to be exposed to Dragon Ball Z Kai. Cuts out a lot of the filler.
Yeah.
Fucking, I was in the trenches with original Dragon Ball Z and having to wait 3 episodes for a power-up, so...
Hell yeah. It's building tension, Bjorn.
No, it's 3 episodes of Goku screaming and going,
Yeah, there are plenty of memes about that. You want to know who doesn't scream as much?
Digimon.
Yeah, these children, I think. Again, I haven't watched the show.
First things first, there's Tai Yagami, and his Japanese name was Taichi, which I don't even think is that bad. They could have left it as Taichi Yagami, and I think people would have been fine.
Oh, I thought his last name was Chi.
No.
Okay, I understand.
His name is Tai. His name is, in English, it's still Tai Yagami, but his Japanese, like, name is Taichi.
The 90s were a weird time.
And of course, his partner is Agumon. And then there's Matt Ishida, and his Japanese name is Yamato Ishida.
Damn.
So they just took the Matt in the middle, and they were like, American kids aren't going to be able to pronounce Yamato. We're just going to call him Matt.
That name goes crazy for like the Digimon art style, where their heads seem just a bit too big.
Yeah.
I get it, they're children. Don't kill me in the comments.
Yeah. It's fine. And his partner is, of course, Gabumon. Sora is the only one whose name wasn't censored. Sora Takanuchi. The only reason last names aren't really censored that much is because they barely ever use them.
Yeah.
And hers is Biyomon, but Biyomon in Japanese is actually Piyomon.
Oh, it's so because
her Digimon got censored.
No child left behind, but it's just changing their names to sound more American.
Yeah.
So Biyomon, I guess it's Piyomon because like the onomatopoeia for like instead of chirping, it's like pio, I think.
Yeah, pio. Yeah.
A very limited understanding of the Japanese language coming in clutch here.
Izzy, his Japanese name is Koshiro Izumi, so I'm pretty sure Izumi was the surname and Koshiro was the like first name, so they just took the surname and we're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna call him Izzy. And his Digimon is Tentomon. Your go.
Yes, I instantly love this character. I don't know anything about him.
He's the nerd.
God, I relate to him so hard.
He's the nerd. He's the computer nerd that like does all the computer stuff.
Wonderful.
Mimi also wasn't censored. Her name in the Japanese was still Mimi. Mimi Tachikawa. And her Digimon is Palmon.
Yippee.
Joe was also not censored. His name was Joe, but it's just J-O.
Oh.
Joe Kaido. And his is Gomamon.
Gomamon.
TK Takaishi. Yeah, Takaishi. And his name in the Japanese is Takeru instead of just TK. They just abbreviated it to TK.
You know, that one I'll give them, you know.
Yeah, Takeru I could see a little bit, yeah. And his is Patamon.
Yep.
Kari Yagami, hers was changed from Hikari, so they just took the HI off the front of it.
All right.
And her Digimon is Gatomon.
I have a Gatomon too, but it's a Gatomon Black, and he's currently sleeping.
I have a Gatomon.
Who's named
She's
Gato.
blind, though. Yep. She's blind. Did I say that TK's Digimon was Patamon?
Yeah.
I think I did. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say, did I mention that TK's blind? Yeah, like at some point he loses both of his eyes. It's really horrible.
There you go. So that's all the Chosen Children / Digidestined.
For this series specifically.
Yes, for Digimon Adventure 1999. The first Digimon Adventure anime. And then in Digimon Adventure 2, a bunch of them show back up, and then you have the next generation of Digidestined, but we're not talking about that right now. That'll get its own episode.
We have current things to talk about.
Okay, so Digimon Adventure starts with Matt, Tai, Sora, Izzy, Mimi, TK, and Joe all at summer camp. doing the usual summer camp activities. Kari is not present, and we find out why later.
Okay.
All of a sudden, a portal to the digital world just opens up while they're at summer camp, and they all just get sucked in. And then they wake up and they find themselves transported to a world that is both familiar and alien to them. So, you know, because the digital world, it's the mirror to our world, so everything looks similar but also kind of off.
Instead of mild-mannered Joe as your neighbor, you have Joe Mon.
Yeah. And then on top of that, they wake up surrounded by their partner Digimon in their in-training forms, not in their rookie forms.
Oh, okay.
And then this is where the adventure starts. So it starts off with them just kind of waking up in the digital world with their in-training Digimon just surrounding them, each of them being like, "Oh, I love you. I've been waiting for you for so long." And then they get attacked by a Kawagamon and everybody digivolves to the rookie level.
Yeah.
And beats Kawagamon's ass.
Kawagamon's often used, I've noticed, as like starter villain Digimon. Because there was that one, like the beginning cutscene in Time Stranger had a whole lot of them.
Yeah, and I think that stems from Digimon Adventure, it being kind of the beginning kind of like intro bad Digimon.
This is Kawagamon bias. Justice for Kawagamon.
Now I'm not gonna go over the series in like super in-depth detail. I am gonna try and just hit the key interactions and plot points.
There were still 9 pages of that?
Each chapter of the series. Yes, I still have nine pages to go. That first thing was like...
This is probably like the first real, or quote-unquote real, hyperfixation that we've really dived into. Not that the others haven't been stuff we're interested in, but we didn't have 9 pages of information.
Well, the first one was me getting my toes wet and me just kind of like doing the very basics of what is Digimon in general. This is me summarizing a whole series.
Fair enough.
So the first chapter sets up the villain Devimon. And Devimon is what it says on the tin. He is your quintessential, like, evil, like, bat motif, devil motif Digimon. All black, belts everywhere, big horn sticking out of his head, big red bat symbol on his chest. It's like if Batman, the Punisher, and Daredevil all had a baby.
Wonderful.
And then gave him big yowie hands.
He'd be a lot more brooding than I assume he's gonna be.
I mean, you know, it was a kid show. It was turned into a kid show in the 90s, so I haven't watched it in Japanese. I assume he was probably a little bit more brooding in the Japanese. He was a little brooding.
Yeah.
He was a lot more like conniving, stereotypical evil.
Gotcha.
Our protagonists find out that they're through their travels that Devimon is using these devices called the Black Gears to take control of and bring out the darkness in otherwise peaceful Digimon. They also learn more about the Digivices, how they work, and about the prophecy of the Digidestined. The prophecy being that the Digidestined are supposed to come and drive off the darkness and get rid of, you know, the Black Gears, get rid of Devimon. They then meet one of the greatest mentor characters in all of anime, who I am convinced made killing off the mentor popular, in the form of Leomon.
Yeah, Leomon.
He doesn't die yet, but he, foreshadowing is a literary device.
Give it a bit.
Throughout their journey, they gain strength, and all of the Digidestin's Digimon reach their champion levels, except for TK and Patamon. But, that being said, the build-up to this eventual Digivolution is a masterclass in tension building. It happens during the climax of the battle with Devimon. All the other Digidestined and their partners are out of the fight, and TK is about to be taken out by Devimon when finally, after 12 episodes of speculation and anticipation, Patamon digivolves into Angemon, and it is the most hype moment. Then he and Devimon have this really epic battle, and then Angemon, wins with his iconic Fist of Fate attack, but uses up all of his energy and actually dies. He dies and turns into a Digi-Egg. This was at a huge emotional moment, especially for me when I first watched it, because the series as it was, it was especially emotional for me because it was just so uncommon at that time, especially in children's media, for anyone, let alone a protagonist, to die.
Yeah.
Granted, it wasn't a permanent death, like he turned into a Digi-Egg, you knew he was gonna come back, but like, you didn't know when, and like, TK is just sitting there bawling his eyes out, and it was an emotional moment.
Yeah.
And that ends that chapter, and you're like, oh, that's awesome, they finally get to have a breather. No, they don't. They don't get to have a breather at all. The next chapter immediately starts. The Digidestined discover that there was someone above Devimon pulling the strings, and we learn this through the hologram of a mysterious old man named Genai. And Genai looks like a Jedi fan fiction.
Jedi.
That's what Genai looks like.
Wonderful.
Especially when you get a look at young Genai through flashbacks later. He looks like anime Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Wow. I looked him up. He does look like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
And he looks like... What's that? I'm blanking on it. It's the egg thing from Berserk. That's what his head is shaped like.
Oh, a Bayolet?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is, yeah, especially when he's old. And then young Genai just looks like anime Obi-Wan Kenobi. So the new big bad is a Digimon at the ultimate level named Myotismon, and we learn that the only way for the Digidestined to reach the level to beat him is to find each of their corresponding crests. Courage for Tai, friendship for Matt, sincerity for Mimi, reliability for Joe, hope for TK, love for Sora, and knowledge for Izzy. These crests, along with their Digivices, would allow their Digimon partners to reach the ultimate level. Tai is the first to find his crest and begins to train, quote-unquote, Agumon to be able to reach the ultimate level. This ends badly when they are captured by Edamon, Oh,
is it
excuse me.
Etemon?
When they are captured.
The monkey?
Yeah, when they are captured by Etemon. Yep. The Elvis monkey.
Fuck yeah.
One of Myotismon's henchmen, and forced to fight another Greymon. Tai puts himself in danger to force Greymon to digivolve, and is horrified when he does, just not into what he expected. Greymon becomes Skull Greymon and goes on a rampage. He eventually runs out of energy and de-digivolves back into Agumon, not really, like, remembering what happened, which is probably a good thing, because I feel like Agumon would be traumatized knowing he almost killed all of his friends.
Yeah. Probably.
As they adventured further towards finding their crests, Tai finally realized that his courage was shown through working together with Agumon to protect their friends, and Agumon finally digivolved from Greymon to Metal Greymon. This was a pattern followed by all the other Digidestined, and at some point they ended up splitting up and going their own ways. This was a mini arc for kind of like character development, and like everybody had their own little character development moments, but the two big ones from it were more on Matt and Sora. Matt kind of went on his own for a little bit with Gabumon and would like kind of run into everybody and then realize, oh, you know, I like these people. I have more to, like, more people that I want to protect, and like, these people are my friends, and TK isn't the only person here that I want to protect, and also I can trust these people to protect TK instead of just me, because TK is Matt's younger brother.
Oh, okay.
So the whole time Matt is like obsessed with protecting TK, and he like kind of finally has this like moment where he's like, oh, I can trust the team to protect TK. I don't have to do it all on my own. Also, I can watch these people's backs too.
Character development.
And then Sora is kind of secretly helping everybody, like, from the shadows, kind of being like an overprotective mom, which then parallels the way her mom was overprotective of her in the real world when she was younger, because you get a little bit of that backstory. And then she realized, oh, my mom was just doing this out of love. I'm doing this out of love for my friends. And then she unlocks the power of her crest of love, and Birdramon digivolves into Garudamon.
Digidollars.
And that was Sora's character. That was Sora's character development. And everybody had their own little things, but Sora and Matt were the ones that stuck out the most to me.
Gotcha.
As having like the biggest character development moments. Tai is the quote unquote like leader / main character. So
he's got Agumon.
His character development winds up happening with everybody there.
Yeah, I getcha.
And then finally the Digidestined make it to Myotismon's castle, and as they engage in what we think will be the final battle, Gatomon interferes, helping Myotismon open a gate to the real world, and he escapes through it. The Digidestined follow him to the real world along with their Digimon partners, and that ends the second chapter of Digimon Adventure.
Guys, Myotismon's going to the real world. And then it's like 2000s, like, action music and, like, shitty comedy.
Yep.
They have to make several movie tie-in games to this.
What's he doing in the real world?
Guys, Myotismon's in the real world. And he's like bumbling around New York specifically. It's like, what is this? What is a hot dog? This does not look like a dog. And then everyone laughs.
What he does do is he stalks people in the park at night and then sucks their blood because he's a vampire.
Just a little bit more horrifying.
And then they pass out.
Oh.
And they wake up later. It's fine.
They're just asleep. It's okay.
Until later in the chapter.
Oh no, he's not asleep anymore. Now he's just dead.
So, and this is where the third chapter begins. Myotismon is in search of the 8th Digidestined child. I wonder who that is.
Scratch his head.
He creates a fake crest of light, which is the 8th Digidestined's crest. He has the real one. You find that out before he like makes his escape to the real world. And then God damn it, I lost my place.
Oh no.
Creates a fake crest of light to help his minions find him/her, because we don't know who the 8th Digidestined child is yet.
Who's the Digi
in the
lad?
meantime, the main Digidestined return to their homes to regroup and plan their own way to find the 8th Digidestined. Ty's sister Kari, who's been sick this whole time, which is why she wasn't at summer camp, she got out of it by being sick.
Yeah.
Apparently she's got like some kind of autoimmune disease or something, because she gets sick a lot. She grows out of it, apparently.
She grows out of being sick. Oh, I got over the flu.
She grows out of it eventually. But she's introduced and not so subtly hinted at to the audience that she is the one that they are looking for.
Oh yeah, you know what? I have seen that episode. Like a big stage light falls on her, but she like walks out of it. I don't remember all the details, but like I'm like 100% sure that happened.
Yeah, it's like wink, wink, nudge, nudge. This is the 8th Digidestined child. Trust us, bro. Gatomon is the first person to figure it out, though. That Kari is the 8th Digidestined child, but can't bring herself to hurt or capture her. Foreshadowing is a literary device. Gatomon confides in her friend Wizardmon about this, and he speaks for the audience and tells her she is Kari's partner.
Whoa!
Gatomon and Wizardmon try to steal the real Crest of Light with no success, and Myotismon almost kills Wizardmon. Again, foreshadowing is a literary device.
Oh no.
While all this has been happening, the other Digidestined have been taking on Myotismon's goons in the background.
Good job, Digidestined.
They've been having their own little adventures, fighting goons. My favorite goon fighting adventure is with Matt and TK. They're fighting Gotsumon and Pumpkinmon, and they're just little guys. They're just little guys the whole time. They don't even really want to capture the Digidestined. They just want to like end up becoming Hollywood stars.
Wonderful.
And then Myotismon fucking kills them because he's like, you're supposed to be fighting the Digidestined. Why are you becoming friends with them?
I'm so disappointed.
And then Matt and TK, obviously very sad because they were making friends with these guys, and they're like, they just wanted to be Hollywood stars. It was very sad.
Can't have shit in the real world.
Nope. Myotismon said no. Finally, Myotismon just says fuck it and rounds up everyone in the city and brings them all to just the one central location. He brings all the children captured to him and forces Gatomon, who he also captured, to tell him which one is the Digidestined.
Damn it! He's going to find out!
Kari, unfortunately, was captured, which of course means that Tai and the others are on their way. Because Tai is not going to let his little sister get hurt.
We love a good big brother.
Yep. Yeah, so Tai and the gang rush off to engage in the final battle for real this time. They get to where everyone is being held and start taking out goons, which is mostly Bakemon and Phantomon. So it's just a bunch of ghosts hanging around.
Yeah. Just having a good time.
Gatomon sees Kari, and Myotismon obviously notices that Gatomon is trying really hard to make it look like Kari's not the Digidestined. So then he tries to kill them both, but Wizardmon, the absolute unit that he is, took the Crest of Light from him right before taking the final blast meant for Kari and Gatomon.
Rip Wizardmon.
Who could have seen this coming? The really good friend character that everybody ends up liking.
Dead.
Nothing bad was ever gonna happen to him.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Digimon. What?
This tragedy causes Gatomon to digivolve into Anjawomon. She then helps to defeat Myotismon.
Yeah.
The Digidestined celebrate, thinking this was the end, but something was off. The skies were still dark, and the people that had been captured were in a deep sleep, or that had been captured and were in a deep sleep, had not,
You got it.
the motherfuckers that were sleeping, they didn't wake up.
Oh no.
Until they did,
Oh.
and they rose like zombies and began chanting.
Oh no. Wait, chanting?
This chant seemed to revive Myotismon, but in a new form. Now he was Venom Myotismon, and he was like as tall as like a 10 to 15 story building.
Yeah, I kind of forget how large the Digimon are.
Yeah. He was much stronger than before, and the only chance they had was to unlock the Mega level. But how? Apparently, Izzy had come across a prophecy that in the long and short of it was that Anjawomon and Anjamon had to shoot Tai and Matt's crests in order to supercharge them. They just had to shoot them with arrows of light.
Oh, okay.
To supercharge their crests. It had to be Anjamon and Anjawomon because apparently they knew that their Digidestined partners were also going to be siblings to the other one's Digidestined partners.
That's why it's a prophecy.
Yep. So this then allowed Agumon and Gabumon to digivolve into Wargreymon and Metal Garurumon. They then proceeded to beat the tar out of Venom Myotismon. Now you would think this was the end, and you would be wrong. We got one final chapter, baby.
But there's another guy. All right, we're selling a lot of toys.
This is like towards the end of the series. I love this series with all of my heart, and I have so much nostalgia for it. But towards the end, it does suffer from villain fatigue, where you're just like, can we please just have a break?
No.
Can there not be another mastermind? please.
We will continue to sell toys until the stock is empty.
Please, I can't. Can there just not be one more person pulling the strings?
What are strings for if not to be pulled?
So to be honest, this is my least favorite arc. Not because the villains are boring, but because narratively it just retreads themes that were already covered in previous arcs. I also feel like they reverse some of Matt's character growth just to push it back to the status quo. Like, they pull Matt back to being angsty like he was at the beginning just to push him back to where he already was. And it makes me really mad.
Sasuke.
The villains are dope. They're so cool. I love the Dark Masters, who we're gonna talk about briefly, but it's
yeah.
They fucked my boy Matt up for no reason. So after the Digi Destined defeat Myotismon, portions of the digital world start to appear in the sky, kind of like an aurora borealis. So, you know what we gotta do? We gotta go back and figure out what happened.
Let's go!
When they return to the digital world, they find that it is changed. It's twisted. All the different, areas of the digital world have been twisted into what is now the Spiral Mountain.
By the U.S. government, even.
The Digimon responsible are known as the Dark Masters. These would be Piedmon, Puppetmon, Metal Seadramon, and Machinedramon. And these are all mega-level Digimon. Classic, we have been pulling the strings the whole time.
I'd like to think it's
the Dark
Puppetmon insisting on this.
You know, why wouldn't he be? He's just Pinocchio if he was a Digimon and had a really...
How's it feel this time? I'm the one pulling the strings.
Had a really big hammer, you know,
Well, look at me, it's ironic.
The Dark Masters show that they outclass the Digidestined as they are now, or that they outclass the Digidestined as they are now and toy with them. Obviously, this ultimately leads to them escaping, and this is when Tai is like, we need to get stronger, and everyone gets separated again. Matt becomes angsty Matt and slowly starts to not believe in friendship.
Oh no.
The first Dark Master they beat is Metal Seadramon. Honestly, he was just kind of a chump. It just took them some training and some just getting a little bit stronger for them to beat him. They didn't really do anything special to beat Seadramon. He was just if one of them was going to be the jobber, it was going to be Metal Seadramon.
Metal Seadramon fans in shambles.
He's a dope character design, but he was the weakest of the Dark Masters.
That is a dope character design.
He's got a blade in his head.
Yup, and his big ass cannon nose.
Yep.
The second one is Puppetmon, and this is the one where Matt gets the most angsty. Cherrymon, the big cherry tree Digimon.
Yeah.
One of Puppetmon's goons tries to get in Matt's head about friends and friendship, and Matt hits him with the, yeah, you might be right, but right before just murking him. Then he helps Tai, Sora, and Izzy take out Puppetmon. It was Tai, Sora, Izzy, and TK and Kari. They were all still together. Joe and Mimi at this point had split off, and then after this, Matt goes off on his own quote-unquote arc.
Go get him, Matt.
Which I hate. He and Gabumon stumble into a cave. Matt starts being mean to Gabumon, but Gabumon, being the best boy, stays by his side. Then Matt literally fights his own demons, which is cool, but we already did this whole thing on, like, what does friendship mean, like, 2 arcs ago.
But more toys, Bjorn, but more toys.
But we gotta, you don't understand. He has a little bit more trauma, a little bit more trust issues. We have to give Matt this whole fighting his inner demons moment.
It's gotta be we need to sell more toys.
So anyway, after that, Metal Edemon shows up. He showed up during the Puppetmon stuff, but they kind of chased him away. And he shows up because, you know, remember funny Elvis Monkey? Now he's all chromed up.
Oh, Metal Edemon.
And he starts trouble with Joe and Mimi because Mimi's going on this, like, little pacifist arc where she's, like, doesn't want to fight anymore. She just wants to help the Digimon that are, like, in need right now. And Joe's like, well, we kind of have to fight. We gotta have no choice. And then Leomon returns as Saber Leomon, like a G. And he teaches Joe and Mimi lessons about strength and when you have to fight to protect your allies, and he's so fucking cool, and foreshadowing is a literary device. Metal Edemon shows up, and Saber Leomon takes a fatal blow to protect Joe and Mimi, but not without helping Joe and Zudamon take Edemon out, too.
Good, but
why do all the cool mentor characters die?
For literary tension and for emotional response.
Man, it's so sad. And in every Digimon story after this, up until Digimon Adventure 2020, where he finally gets to live. Anytime there is a Leomon, he dies. He dies for the emotional impact.
Yep.
My boy Leomon can't catch a break.
He's not allowed to. He has things to die for.
He has children to die for.
He does.
All right. And so the next Dark Master to get taken out after this is Machinedramon. Oh, fun quirk about Puppetmon before I move to Machinedramon. His whole thing is that he wants friends, and he wants people to be his friends, but he's also psychotic. And if you don't do what he wants, he just kills you. You know, just a funny little
like
quirk.
The pinnacle of friendship, even.
So with Machinedramon, Tai and War Greymon take him out after him, Izzy, Sora, Kari, and TK are hunted through the Machine City. They do encounter Andromon. Andromon was important way back in the Devimon arc too. Like a lot of important like characters from the Devimon arc reappear because we're kind of retreading a lot of areas that they went to, just shifted by the Dark Masters. But now he's High Andromon, so now he's reached his mega form too. But he had been like overwritten by Machinedramon.
No.
But through the power of friendship, they overwrote the programming.
They overwrote it.
He helped them. He helped them escape and like fight Machine Dramon. I do believe he died as well.
Oh.
Which is also sad. Not as sad as Leomon though.
Biases aside.
Yep. So, and then finally, Piedmon. Piedmon is the last Dark Master. He was kind of, you know, pun intended, he was the ringleader. Because, you know, he's that's his whole motif. He's the clown, the ringleader.
The clown.
And he does his damnedest to keep them all from getting to him at the same time.
He doesn't want the smoke.
Also, there is a great cat fight between his servant Lady Devimon and Anjawamon.
Wonderful.
It's great. Izzy's even like, I don't think I should be watching this, while like half covering his eyes. It's great. I love it. You know, we love some fan service. In the end, Piedmon is defeated by Wargreymon and Metal Garurumon. Surely this is the end.
Oh my
right?
God. Absolutely. No. Who could have seen
there
this
is
coming?
One final boss our heroes have to face. The real one pulling the strings. For real this time, we
you
swear.
Gotta believe us.
Until Digimon Adventure 2, but we're not getting into that right now. Enter Apocalypse.
Oh, the movie.
The real... No, that's not... That's Apocalypse is not from the movie. You're thinking of, fucking... Not Apocalypse, the other one. The like, super... The Mega Plus level of Diaboromon.
Armageddonmon.
Armageddonmon, yeah. But yeah, enter Apocalypse, the real mastermind behind the Dark Masters and villain of the very first Digidestined. Oh yeah, we found out that there were Digidestined children like hundreds or thousands of years ago. It's not that important. Anyways. He was sealed away, and now he wants to destroy everything.
I mean, wouldn't
he wanted to do that
at that point?
He wanted to do that anyway, but now it's personal.
Now it's poisonal.
First thing he does is destroy the Digidestined's crests.
No.
So no more ultimates or megas until they are erased from existence and or turned into data or something. They all then have an epiphany that the power was in them all along and then will themselves back into existence.
Hell yeah.
And then they kill Apocalypse with the power of friendship and restore the whole digital world. The end.
Hell yeah.
Also, they have a tearful goodbye with their Digimon and Genai, and it was bittersweet. The end. Also, there was a special episode released in Japan that didn't get released here until Adventure 2, and that was the movie.
Yeah, that's the one with Armageddon.
But that's a story for another time.
Wow. I think you summarized it pretty nicely.
I think I did too, and we still made it in a little under an hour.
Wowee.
So...
Aren't we just the coolest?
To be fair, it was because I was like zooming through my
it in
notes.
the last couple of arcs. I don't blame you.
Well, not the last couple of arcs. The last arc specifically is my least favorite. I love the Dark Masters. They're very cool. Apocalypse is very cool. The arc itself
is very buns.
it's like okay at best. It caps off the story nicely. It's just I have my issues with it.
Yeah.
Mainly the whole Matt being like
being a butthole
like
again.
Yeah, his like character being undone just to like redo it. Also, Leomon died. He died in a heroic way, but he still died, and I'm still salty about it.
Rip Leomon. Surely he
At least
won't
he got his
die
mega
again.
form.
Oh no!
Also, Wizardmon died. We had a lot of deaths in Digimon. Like this was a series that.
Well, do they die
for the
horrifically,
time,
or is it like Transformers, where because they're like ones and zeros, they can get ripped apart, or?
I mean, for the time, and as a child, it was fairly horrific, just because you saw them in pain. You didn't see like blood splatter or anything, but you saw the look of pain on their faces.
Damn.
Especially Wizardmon. Wizardmon takes a full-on like Goku blast to the chest.
He disappears in the blast.
No, he doesn't. Like no, it's more like a Piccolo blast where where Piccolo's standing in front of Gohan. He's doing that, but in front of Kari and Gatomon.
Ouch.
So he's just standing there, just clothes ripping off of him as this blast is just hurting the shit out of him.
Poor boy.
And then he dies in Gatomon's arms.
Ow. No!
And then he shows up in Adventure 2 as a ghost. And he tells Gatomon some cryptic shit.
I'm imagining like that one Courtesy Cowardly Dog episode. He's like, return the slab or suffer my curse. Gatomon's like, what does that even mean?
There's apparently, and I don't know if it was like referenced in like a video game or in like mangas or something, or maybe it was referenced in like the Cross Wars universe stuff. But Gatomon, after the events of Adventure 2 and all that stuff wraps up, she goes on a journey to find Wizardmon's soul.
Damn.
So she travels the digital multiverse looking for Wizardmon's soul.
That whips. I love that.
Yep. But yeah, so that was Digimon Adventure 1. That was my summary of all 4 of the major arcs in it. Obviously, I left a lot out because really you should watch it yourself. I've summarized a lot. I definitely spoiled a lot, but
could you?
It's still worth seeing a lot of those moments happen. I haven't watched a ton of Adventure 2020 because it actually diverges a lot from the 1999 one.
Does it?
It's kind of like a soft, it's not even a reboot, it's a full-on remake of the Digimon Adventure story. It's like a modern remake of the Digimon Adventure story because it's set like Digimon Adventure 1999 was set, I think, not in the 90s. It was set more in like probably mid 80s or something. Whereas
I'm gonna be very upset.
Digimon Adventure 2020 is set in, I want to say, early 2000s. So it's like they aged it up.
I want to believe that when Matt was being an edgy little shitlord, he brought out his like iPod or Sony Walkman and queued up some like My Chemical Romance.
Well, every time he was being edgy, every time he was being edgy in the original show, he pulled out his harmonica and he would play his harmonica.
Oh my god.
And then when, you know, Adventure 2 happens and they're like going from being like middle schoolers to like early high schoolers, he has his own like punk band.
Of course he does. Wonderful. I love that. He's such a dweeb.
Yep. Yeah, but you know, he's the edgy little heartthrob, you know. And then there's the love triangle that ends up happening between Ty, Sora, and Matt going forward in Adventure 2 onwards, and all the like movies and stuff after that.
The mandate of heaven demands this.
Also, I just started watching Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 finally.
And Matt shows up there too.
And they make a Digimon reference in the first episode of season 2.
They do, yeah. When Gojo talks about Skull Greymon, I remember that vividly.
He talks about the whole Agumon Digivolution line. And I'm just sitting there like, ah.
It's like, I know that. I know that one. Well, thank you very much for telling me about the first Digimon. I've really enjoyed listening to you talk about it.
I had a lot of fun talking about it and writing that massive fucking script. Really, it was just notes. I went off script a little bit a couple of times, but you know, it kept me organized, and it's I love Digimon. It's I can't wait to ramble about Adventure 2, and then we'll go from there. I don't remember much of Tamers or Frontier, so I might skip rambling about them. Either that, or I'll just ramble about what I remember of them.
Gotcha.
But I will definitely have scripts for Ghost Game and probably Beat Break once it's finished, and I have finished it, because Debbie and I have been watching Beat Break. So
nice.
Highly recommend it. It's a fun Digi anime, and it's a little bit more I would honestly, even though Ghost Game it still follows like more like middle school aged children.
Yeah.
It's still a more mature story. And Beat Break follows much more like much older, like high school level children protagonists, and then like they're like adult caretaker kind of.
Yeah.
But it is also a much more mature story. So it's definitely a Digimon. Those two, I would say, are Digimon stories for the older Digimon fans.
Work pandering to you specifically. Guy who was inevitably ruined by Angelwomon.
Guy who was ruined by Angelwomon and then later Renamon.
Behold, a Lilithmon for your trouble.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to the Neurodiverse podcast. I hope you enjoyed. You can find me here on YouTube, on Blue Sky, on TikTok, sometimes Twitch, and also on Blue Twitch.
You can't find me nowhere. I'm a ghost.
He's a ghost.
I'm a ghost.
I also
ghost
have a Discord server. I should probably like occasionally drop a link for that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, in any case, goodbye.
Bye.